Good afternoon, Eagles. Thank you all for waiting for us to get started. We had just a little bit of technical difficulty on our ends, but we are here and we are back with another exciting and informative Eagle chat for you today. Today, we have our information technology support services here to discuss some resources for our students. Oh, and by the way, I'm Ashley Rhodes, Student Life Coordinator for the Northeast College. I want to let you guys know that if you have questions for our presenters today, you actually can drop your question in that Q&A down there, and they'll be able to answer your questions in the chat as we're going along with this presentation. So today we have Mr. Thomas Williams, and we have Mr. Hector and Mr. David, who are going to be here presenting on behalf of Information Technology Services, and they have some great information for you guys. So I'm going to send it over to Mr. Thomas Williams, and you have it now. You're muted. And if you can share your screen.
Hey there, good afternoon. I am Thomas Williams, the Director of Auxiliary Services and Applications with the Information Technology Department. And it's our pleasure to come here and speak with you guys today regarding some of the digital technology, some of the offerings that we have for the students. Our CIO is Mrs. Farrell Prestige, who is more than excited to work with you guys to get you the information that you need. The idea that we have is that we just do not want to be IT as a service. What we want to do is service you through IT and technology, because we understand that it's more than just getting digital devices. It's more than just having an iPhone or a tablet, but we will have, we would like to package an entire culture, an entire service to you, such that we can enhance your experience here at HCC. Again, we're just delighted to talk, to take this time and talk to you. I also have with me Mr. Hector Reyes and Mr. David Navarrete. I think I'm pronouncing it right. And they are here from the help desk, and they are going to present some information a little bit later and answer your questions as we go along. If everything, if we're good, I think we can move on with the presentation. Are we okay, Ashley? I'll take that as a yes. So what we're going to be talking about today is the HCC Student Technology and Digital Resource Strategy. Again, this came about especially as we got into the this new normality, this COVID situation. The school HCC we were rewarded some funding to assist the students with getting through their curriculum and things of that nature. So as a result, again, our CIO, Mrs. Farrell Prestige, got hard at work, and because it's most important to her that you students get what you need in order to function throughout this year and the upcoming years. So we'll get started. Our mission with information technology is to provide comprehensive and innovative technology services that support equitable, high quality teaching and learning environments for the Houston Community College. The vision we have is IT will work across diverse technology boundaries with HCC stakeholders to provide and sustain world-class, leading-edge digital technology that supports the creation of opportunities to drive institutional growth and sustainability, foster student learning and success, to catalyze technology alignment for learning spaces, promote financial stewardship, and expand the build of virtual communities relevant to rendering equitable learning outcomes. Again, everything that we are trying to do in IT is to enhance the student experience ultimately, because HCC, the community college, that's actually our reason for existing, and that's to provide a well-rounded experience to those that choose to come our way. All right, the Student Technology Services Strategy, we intend to collaborate with a broad spectrum of HCC stakeholders in the development and alignment of student digital resource solutions, right? While incorporating HCC's equitable practices and protocols sufficient to contribute to bridging the digital divide as it relates to supporting HCC students. And the ultimate experience is what we're looking for. And not just for some students. We want to do all that we can to provide an ultimate experience for all HCC students. All right. So when we talk about our technology resources for HCC students and the strategy that we had, we looked at 6 areas of focus, right? Because the question came up, you know, should we just get the students laptops, or do they just need tablets? But the truth of the matter is, it takes more than just a laptop to effectively navigate through your courses. Again, we want to build an entire culture, an entire ecosystem that supports the students in their day-to-day. So when we looked at the areas of focus 1, that is to provide free and affordable broadband services for students, right? We know that in today's life, you really stuck in the water without a paddle. You're in the boat without an oar if you don't have Wi-Fi. So we want to make sure that we work to get all students access to Wi-Fi. Focus 2, we want to create affordable device purchase options to the students. And later we'll get into where we are actively developing partnerships with vendors such that we can work out some really good deals that will benefit the students and be able to get you guys to have access to devices at a low cost. Focus 3, we want to enhance the student experience by expanding our current device loaner programs. One of the things that most of you are familiar with is the libraries normally have Chromebooks to loan to students. And for those of you who don't know, that students can typically borrow, you know, for a certain amount of time. And I was just told recently that it can be up to the entire semester. But we want to add some additional devices. Wi-Fi, we intend to add some Wi-Fi hotspots to the library. In fact, we just delivered over 1,000 to the library yesterday. So those will be made available soon, hopefully as soon as Monday. But we are definitely working to do that. In addition to providing tech, we want to go on to focus 4, and that is to establish digital literacy programs for the student and technical support. Listen, it makes no sense for you guys to be inundated with all of this equipment, all of this technology, and no one knows how to use it, right? So we are definitely working to put plans together and put some programs together that we might provide the proper training. When Hector and the team from the support desk get here, you'll hear some of the things that they have available. But we are also doing things like tech talks, where information technology provides an environment where you guys can come in virtually and learn and get some information about specific topics. And those topics will come from you, because we will periodically do surveys and ask you guys to submit topics for discussion, topics that you may learn on, so that's such that we can provide you the additional training that you need. Focus 5, we're actually working with the goal of restructuring tuition and fees to provide technology options for all students. Again, Mrs. Prestidge would like it to be that when a student registers, right away, your registration begins to question whether you have a need for technology and get a sense of where you are in your understanding and use, such that we can provide the necessary support to you, again, to enhance your student experience. And our last focus is to align technology tools and instructional modalities, again, to enhance your experience. Listen, again, all of this technology, all of this available equipment and understanding is really no good if we don't put it to use. So we are actively looking at ways to make the environment better, more conducive for learning and for your, again, overall student experience. So those are the areas of focus that we intend to look at as we lay out this plan, implement this plan, and we continue to talk, develop the strategy for, again, servicing our students through this thing we call information and digital technology. And so, again, I mentioned earlier, do we just need to give it a laptop? Well, the truth of the matter is, no, it takes more than a laptop, right? Again, there needs to be support put in place. There needs to be some training. And from a high level, we have a set of current, near, immediate, and long-term goals. And we will go through these in a little bit of detail so you can have an idea of what we have available and what we are trying to accomplish in the future, such that we can provide the students with the support that they need. So let's look at the timeline that we have here, right? The current goals that we've already met, and that is there is affordable and free Wi-Fi access service options right now, right? Some students through financial aid have been able to acquire Wi-Fi hotspots. We have put in Wi-Fi access points in the parking lots at certain campuses, and those are building as we speak. We are going to offer, again, we have digital resource options. There are things through financial aid, and we have partnered with Dell and some of the other vendors to make this information available to you. We also have these digital technology toolkits, right? And that is, there's been a certain amount of money allotted for each and every student to have access to help to provide you with the devices, provide you with the support that you need from a technology perspective. And last but not least, but we have free applications. I'm surprised to find out that most students don't know, they're really not aware of the fact that we have Office 365. Every student of HCC has an Office 365 account, which gives you access to the Microsoft Office and several other tools that's provided by the Office 365. Another offering that we have is Adobe, the Adobe Creative Cloud. So there's tons of things that are already out there for you guys. The intermediate term goals, right? Again, that cover focus 1 through 4. The first goal covered focuses 1 and 2, but 1 through 4 will be covered in our intermediate term goals, and that's scholarships, affordable free laptops, loaners, and what have you. Now, let me make something really, really clear. If you look at the timeline, the current term, right, starts out with 1 to 2. The immediate term, the near term, goes through 1 through 4. And what that means is, once we start an initiative, the plan is to continue with that, to continue to provide and make those resources available to you. So if you see in the year 2021, we want to deal with the immediate and the near-term goals, such that we can expand our affordable Wi-Fi. We can enhance the ERP student tech services, open more labs for our students, such again that we may meet the ultimate goal of enhancing the student experience. And our long-term goals, again, we're going to continue on with some of those services that we have, but we're looking at partnering with different corporations that they might invest in the students' educations and look at reduced payment plans, right, to support the students. Again, our aim is to enhance the student experience and to make life as easy, as efficient as we can, such that the student can concentrate on the things that are necessary, and that is learning and getting those grades, so that you can get out into this workforce, out into society, and become productive citizens. Okay, and so that's our timeline. And our next slide will show, again, our goal is the ultimate student experience, right? And so you see here again in more detail that you can see a little bit more clearly the things that we're doing at the different terms of the goals, right? Current goal, again, affordable free Wi-Fi, digital resources, immediate term goals, affordable and free laptops. Now, I say affordable and free, those types of offerings will come according to your qualifications. If you qualify based upon financial aid and things of that nature, these things could actually be free to you. We have different student purchase options via, again, the technology toolkits, where all of this has been already arranged and organized and set up for ease of access, such that the student can, again, begin to get access and use all of the technology and things that are available to you. Another immediate goal is digital literacy. Again, one of the things, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar or have seen, we have this tech talk, technology talks for the IT department. And typically they happen on a Thursday, right? But we are introducing, we want to introduce student tech talks that we're going to have on Tuesdays. And the good thing about those tech talks, again, the ideas, the topics, the subject matter will come from the students, because we are doing things like meeting with student council. We are going to, when our situation allows, and even we'll set up some virtual discussions, we want to get with the student, hear from you to understand what is it that you need, how can we make your experience better. And again, that is with the goal, with the aim of increasing the student experience. The more, the better your experience here at HCC, the better you're going to do in your class work. The better your experience here at HCC, the better the advertisement is for the school, because when people encounter great things, what do? What do? You tell something about it. So it will be nothing. We all win when students are happy. The information is at their fingertips. They're getting the support that they need, and they're sharing their experience, their rich and rewarding experience, with all of their friends, thus drawing them to HCC as well. So those were the immediate goals. Our next phase of that we're working into, this near-term goal, is we're expanding Wi-Fi, more parking lot Wi-Fi, more Wi-Fi hotspots that are going to be made available. Again, enhancing the ERP student technology services. And we're talking about things through campus solutions. We want to continue to improve our student system such that it is working best for the student, more efficiently, making things a lot smoother, more simple, such again that you will have a greater experience here at HCC. And we have we want to actually, I mentioned it earlier, we actually want to incorporate into your actual registration that when you're registering, the system will be intuitive enough to reach out to you or to question you and say, hey, do you have devices? Do you have access to Wi-Fi. And if you don't, then we will begin to work to help you get access to these things, because we want to provide you the support that you need in order that you may have a better experience at HCC. Now, you notice I just keep saying that, and I keep saying that because really our number one aim is to enhance the student experience. And when we look at our long-term goals, in addition to continuing with all of the things that we have discussed, we want to continue with corporate partnerships. Again, when we develop partnerships and we get investors to pour in to this institution on the behalf of the students, we can provide more. We can certainly increase and enhance the support such that, again, the students have everything that you need. Now, this is, let me say, this will be a work in progress, and some of the information that you see here, it is the goals that we are trying to achieve. Now, there are a lot of things that will have to come into place, funding and all of that, all of those types of issues and things. But again, our commitment is to getting you guys the best support that you can get as you go through your time here at HCC. Let's see. Great. Go to the next slide. What do we have available? Well, currently, as I said earlier, there are purchase programs in place that are going through financial aid, where you can, we partnered with the different vendors, and you can get the Wi-Fi at a much lower cost. They've added some great deals and that come with huge discounts. And some of the partners that we've already gone into partnership with is Xfinity, Sprint, and T-Mobile, Comcast, AT&T. Again, it's to provide you with some low-cost hotspots, low-cost internet, such that you can have what you need to take care of your business here at school. Here we have a list of HCC-sponsored technology tools and services. Again, there are already resources available to you, and I'm encouraging everyone to go on and take advantage of what's available. The two most notable, again, are Microsoft Office 365 and the Adobe Creative Cloud. Listen, I had a meeting today. We were talking about some innovative things with the team from the Makerspace, and I think it was Mr. Jordan Coswell who said, you know, now that I know that we have this software offered, he said, it's actually cheaper for me to invest here at HCC, take courses. It would actually be cheaper to take the course and get access to the software opposed to actually buying the subscriptions, because the subscriptions actually cost more, right, than registering for a course here at HCC. So that's a big benefit right there in itself. In addition to Office 365, we have, you have WebEx, you have access to Windows 10, and a number of other tools that we will provide you, because we're putting together a list of available tools and technologies that will be available for the student. We're also working to create a technology corner, if you would. We don't know what it's going to be titled just yet, but what we're trying to do is focus all of your technology needs and the information for those needs and put them in one place so that the student doesn't have to bounce around the website, bounce around all of these different systems to find what they need. So those things are in the making right now and will be published and laid out really, really soon. We have upgraded the devices in the labs. There's upgrades that are taking place with our printers and our printing system as we speak. And again, we are going to extend a support center in the assistance and support services that you get. Listen, it's a really, really good thing when you have leadership in place that has the student in mind, and the chancellor and the CIO, they're really working hard to provide you guys with the information that you need, provide you with the services that you need, such that you, again, will have a great experience here at HCC. Again, everything that we're doing is to ultimately improve the student experience. We want the ultimate student experience for each and every one of you students here at HCC. We are going to work, build better partnerships with the faculty, right? Such that your faculty will have all of the information at their fingertips, so that you won't go and ask them about a particular thing that's available and they're asking you, what are you talking about? We're really trying to change the culture such that, again, we're providing the service through technology opposed to just giving you some technology service. All right. Let's look at some of the things that, again, are available right now. If you look at this slide here, you see we've been working to provide public Wi-Fi access in the parking lots of the HCC campuses. And currently, public Wi-Fi is available at the parking lot at the Central Campus, at 1300 Holman, the Northeast Campus, 555 Community, at the Northeast Campus, East Side, that's 555 Community College Road, Codwell, right? We are also up and running at the Northwest, the Alief Bissonnet, right? That's at 13803 Bissonnet, right? We have another one at Southeast, the Southeast Campus on Rustic, parking garage level 1, and the Southwest Campus, which is in Missouri City, and that's at 1660 Texas Parkway. Again, this has been set up and put in place such that you can have what you need. When we came into the year 2020 and ran into this COVID situation with the pandemic brewing up, there was an immediate need for the student to get Wi-Fi access because everything had gone remote. And we did, again, through some surveys, we discovered that the students didn't have access. So immediately, Ms. Prestige and the team went to work to get these hotspots set up. Now, I'm talking about these hotspots, but we've noticed something, that those hotspots are out there, but you guys are not using them. And we're going to learn, was this through, is this because the information is not out there? Is this because you guys don't have the ability to get to them? You know, you don't have a car to go and drive and sit in the parking lot or something like that. But what we've learned is the numbers on these access points, right? These numbers are in the tens of thousands, but these are really low. We should see these numbers in the hundreds of thousands and even the millions. So if you guys are having trouble accessing, if you guys are having trouble getting to the sites, talk to your faculty, talk to your counselors, such that we can begin to think of ways to increase the access and, again, make things better for you. I've talked about this strategy. I've talked about the effort that we are pulling together for the Student Technology Initiative and strategy. But what we need from the students is your input. Because, again, this is not something that we can do by ourselves. We want to partner with you guys. And, again, we've already started by developing relationships with the student government. We have had several meetings, and it's our desire to dig in this year and begin to lay out and put things out there such that the student, again, will have an ultimate experience here. It's our pleasure. We come every day, and I say we log on every day as we're working virtually, most of us, but we all have a desire to make things as best as we can, such that you will have the ultimate experience here at HCC. And that will take me to the end of my presentation, but we will now hear from Mr. Hector Reyes. And once he's finished, I will come back and close us out. But I hope you have found this presentation valuable. I hope there's some information that you can use. But again, IT, the Information Technology Department, we're committed not just to offering technology services, but we want to service you. We want to serve you through the use of technology. And the way to do that is to partner with you, get some really good communication and collaboration such that we can ultimately reach our goal, and that is to provide you with the ultimate student experience. Hector, are you ready, or am I turning it back over to Ashley this morning? Hello?
Yes, I'm ready.
You got it. I have released, I will release my share and you can take it over. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And I believe I still see your screen, Thomas.
Okay, let me see. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
It's on you, sir.
Okay, so you'll now be able to see my screen. Please let me know if
we can see it.
You're able to see it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hector. I am the IT Services Manager, and you know, on behalf of our Chief Information Officer, Ms. Farrell, we are very excited to provide excellent information and also some guidelines and recommendations that will allow you to have a better experience with the systems that we have at ACC. You know, there's so much information that we would like to share, but at this moment we have chose key information that will help you to start to work with our systems. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on the, go to the next slide. I'm gonna start first and foremost with the student username and password. At ACC, we have a great amount of students, and the standard to identify each student is via a WID. As you see here, the example, it has, you know, it starts with a capital W followed by numbers. It is very important to keep in mind that the W needs to be capitalized. If you use a lowercase w, you may encounter a login issue to your accounts. Now, the WID is also used to access the student system sign-in application, which is the one they use to enroll for classes. This number also is the one that we use to do a verification process when you contact our department. And we will David will provide the phone number from our department, which is 713-718-8800. When you have any technology issues, please feel free to contact us. We will be able to assist you. We are open from 7 a.m. through 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And Saturdays, we are open from 9 a.m. through 3 p.m. We will be able to assist you with troubleshoot and assisting with any technology issue that you have, and also the password reset. So we have 3 applications that will have a slightly different way to log in. However, the standard remains. As you see here below, if you need to log in Eagle Online Canvas, the ACC email, or the ACC EduTube, you will need to type your WID. Always make sure it's capitalized, the W is capitalized, followed by @student.accs.edu. This is the standard in how to access your account. Now, we have a question. It's like someone may come to me and ask me, but you have so many applications, and it's very hard to remember different passwords. Well, we have addressed that. ACCIT is constantly working very hard to improve the user's experience. And for that, we have a single sign-on that allows all the students to access their accounts with a single password. So for example, if I'm a student, I don't have the need to have a different password for Canvas, one for the email, one for EduTube, and maybe one for the student system sign in. I only need to have one password, and with that, I will save time to keep to memorize those different passwords. Now, there are some recommendations to start when you come to ACC, and the first one is do not save your ACC password on any browser. The reason behind all this is because when the time comes to renew your password, and you call us and you forget to change your password, then that password that has been saved on the browser will create conflict with the system. And the outcome of that is that your account is going to get locked, and then you will need to contact us, and we will need to start the process to change the password again. So for that reason, we highly recommend do not save your passwords. And also, which is a security recommendation, to avoid using saving password on any public computer. If it is your personal device, we might recommend to use a password management application. But we prefer you not to save the password. Now, if you encounter some difficulties with applications, like let's say the internet is not working as normal, or the you're trying to access Eagle Online Canvas, or you're attempting to enroll for classes, and you notice that there is some misbehavior with the website, we recommend to delete the browser's cookies and history. This will allow the computer to remove any temporary data that has been stored in the computer for so many, days, months. And then once all that information is removed from the computer, the internet browser is going to start working with new, fresh data that will allow you to work and have the most up-to-date information on the system. Also, a common question from our students is how to access or how to synchronize your ACC email account with your devices. And as we all know, we are in the era where we have our personal phones, and our phones, they have built-in applications to synchronize our emails. And now, as ACC, we recommend to download the Microsoft Outlook app. This is the best way to synchronize, to have your email available via your phone. And then you don't have to remember or memorize any type of server address that is going to be inbound, outbound. Everything the application is going to only ask you to log in with your credentials, which is your W number at student.accs.edu as your username and the password. And you press sign in, and the system will bring your ACC email account to your mobile device. Also, we receive many calls from students who are having issues with working on applications, and they are trying to do everything from their phones. And our systems may have will have the ability to do that. However, to have to give you the best user experience with the systems, we recommend you to use a computer. This could be a Windows computer or a Mac. This will allow you to have the best way to interact with the application. By the way, in our systems, we recommend to use Mozilla Firefox for all of our applications. You can also use Google Chrome. Both of them are compatible with the applications, but Mozilla Firefox, if you are attempting to use the if you're attempting to log into PeopleSoft student system signing. Now, last but not least, log out and turn off the computer after the end of your school time. The purpose of this is just as a best practice, not to leave the computer on places where maybe the computer is not going to be able to breathe, and that may create an overheating. It is highly recommended you always turn off your computers just to make sure that you will not have that all the circuits working constantly for hours, even when you're not using the computer. And last, I'm gonna go to the this uh, slide. For password resets, please go to pm.accs.edu to change your password. That application will ask you to log in with your W number only and then the current password that you have. If you encounter an issue to access that application, please give us a call to our call center, which is the 713-718-8800. One of my representatives will assist you with a password reset. Also, we have information on how to access Adobe, and we will make these links available for each of you. This will provide a guideline on how to request the Adobe access, how to install Adobe. Then here we also have the recommended browsers that are compatible with our systems. Also, students will be asked to use Respondus Lockdown Browser. And the purpose of this is when you're going to have a test. Now, if you encounter difficulties or any technical issues with the Respondus Lockdown Browser, please contact our Eagle Online Canvas support group. The phone number is 713-718-5275. They will be able to assist you with that. Another thing is that, which is very important under these circumstances where, emergencies may happen citywide, and it is very important that you keep all your information up to date. We recommend you to access your student system sign-in account. Make sure that your phone number is up to date, email account is it's current, and with that you will be able to receive ACC alerts. Again, all this information is going to be available. We're going to share this presentation and the links, and then you will be able to click each link, and they will route you to the information that we have posted on the system. Any questions that may be available at this moment?
We do have a few questions, Hector, that came in the Q&A. One of the questions that came in, are there any requirements or restrictions for international students to get loan Chromebooks or Wi-Fi hotspot devices?
At the moment, I have not received any information stating that there's a limitation or restriction for that. The best that I would recommend is to contact their international students office and also the advisor so they can provide the most current information on that. But I have not received any type of restriction on that particular question.
Yes, especially if the student is a registered student at HCC.
Right.
There should not be any issues. Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. That's correct. There are no restrictions on the loaners.
Yes.
All right, thank you all so much. Another question that we had is that a student says, what about the Wi-Fi access in the parking lots? What if you do not have a car? Like, are there any options for students who may not have vehicles to go to those hotspots that are available in those parking lots?
Well,
yes, Thomas.
Yes, what I'll say is, I don't. The first thing that came to mind is there a shuttle or something, right? Is that what they're really asking? But I know what they're doing is, again, we providing loaner Wi-Fi hotspots that will be available in the libraries pretty soon. So there are other avenues if you cannot get to one of the parking lots. My suggestion is that you contact the library and get in line to get one of those loaner hotspots such that you will have access and not have to go to the parking lot.
And also, guys, just saying, if you're needing to contact library services, they actually will be on tomorrow with us at 12 o'clock for their
Mhm.
Eagle Chat on library services. So I'm pretty sure they'll be going over that, how you can get those devices. If you want to ask those questions and come into that Eagle Chat, I definitely suggest you get into the Eagle Chat tomorrow at 12 o'clock to ask that question about the hotspots that they are going to be loaning out, as well as those Chromebooks. We have another question here just regarding the Microsoft 365. You were speaking of, Thomas, earlier in the presentation about
Yes.
how students actually have access to that.
Mhm.
Is it just possible really quickly to show students where they can go to access that?
Uh,
I know Hector is sharing his screen. Will you be able to show that, Hector?
yes. You can just go to microsoftonline.com, log in with your student ID and password, right?
Oh, okay.
When it opens, you'll have access to your all of the Microsoft apps online, but there will be a link right under your account that says install apps. You click on that button and you'll be able to download the different apps to install on your devices. Now, in most cases, you can install the applications. You have up to 5 installs on a PC, right, or a laptop, but you can install as many times as you want on a tablet or a phone, because Microsoft also provides their mobile apps, right? Now, once you get into it, you will have to add your account to that particular install, such that you will have access to your cloud storage, all of the other resources that you have as a result of your Microsoft Office 365 subscription.
And it's awesome. I actually use it too, for me as well. I was able to download that because we have our EDU accounts to my actual Mac computer to have Microsoft Word and my
Absolutely.
email. So all of those applications are wonderful. So guys, definitely utilize that. That is something that is a great resource to you as a student. It was a great resource to me as an employee. We have another question just about those devices. So are the libraries the only place where they will be able to actually check out those Chromebooks? We had a student who went to one of the campuses and it stated they don't offer those services. So is it certain campuses they can go to, or will it be each library at certain campuses?
As I understand it, there's a library at every campus that currently manages the assignment of the Chromebooks. And
Okay.
so I wanted to mention this earlier. Uh, from my meeting and conversation and planning with the library, they don't intend to make this any more complicated. So instead of the process that they normally follow to check out the Chromebooks will still be the same, but now you will have other options. So one option will be a Wi-Fi hotspot, and pretty soon we will get some Dell laptops to be loaned out by the libraries as well. Those are being worked on right now to get shipped out and inventoried to the libraries.
Okay, and then there's another question just for, as you were mentioning, the Microsoft 365 and the Adobe. A student asks, do you have to have financial aid in order to access those programs for students, or is it open to everyone?
If you have an HCC student account and your official student email address, that W number at hccs.edu, if you have one of those, you have access to those applications.
And I guess we have a student here who asks, when will Microsoft Office 365, will it be updated to the Office 365 2019? I'm guessing the student maybe had this initially when they started here, but and it needs to be updated. Will it automatically update itself?
It depends on what we're talking about. If it's the application, right?
Mhm.
If they're talking about the 2019 application, you might want to go to the applications area in your subscription and download the most recent copy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be an automatic update unless when installing your application, the person installing selected or configured it to do so.
Yes, and I would like to bring one additional item on this one, Thomas, is that sometimes the software may be deactivated, and the only thing that the end user needs to do is just log in again from the Office product, and the license will be automatically active as long as the student remains as active on the system.
Okay.
That's correct.
And we have one last question. So someone asked, are HTC bookstore laptops and IT tech support affordable laptops the same? Are they one and the same? Do you all work with the bookstore in regards to those laptops they offer?
Well, as up till now, they've been separate, but we will incorporate the activity at the bookstore as best we can into this program. Again, we're not trying to do this as an isolated effort. We want this to be an event, an institution-wide deal. So those devices will be made available to you guys via financial aid, via the bookstore, and some other locations as well.
Okay, I think you all have answered all of our questions that have come through the chat at this time. We definitely want to thank you all for coming out and going over this with our students, because we are all working and in this virtual world, it is great to have these resources like at the touch of the button. Like, a lot of students did not know what was available to them, and to see the additional things that are going to be coming out down the line and through the pipeline for students is wonderful. And we want to thank you all so much for joining us today and bringing out this information. My Eagles, this information actually was recorded and will be available to you all on the HTC YouTube channel. So if you need to go back and access this resource and this presentation, you'll be able to do so later on next week. Also, for all of you all that are joining us today through our program, I want to just let you know about our point system with HTC Student Life. You all have just gained points on your student profile of Eagle Experience to actually be able to redeem for student swag items such as great t-shirts, bags, and cups. We encourage you to visit the Eagle Experience page and click on points, and you'll see all of the programs and events that are connected to gaining points, where you'll be able to redeem them for our great prizes and shirts and bags and things of that nature. I want to thank you all so much for being here with us today. We want to make sure you come back to Eagle Chat tomorrow with library services. Well, they'll also be talking about the resources for you all as students. So I want to wish you all a great afternoon. Mr. Thomas, you got something?
Yes, I see Mrs. Preston's. The first thing I wanted to ask you was, can we qualify for these points also? We kind of like that swag ourselves. But I see Mrs. Prestige. It looks like something is working. She may want to have a word or two before we dismiss.
Okay, I'll hand it over to Ms. Prestige.
Okay, Ashley, I just wanted to say thank you for having us. As luck would have it, in technology, we know that things happen. I actually had a system crash today. And so I'm on alternative devices right now. But Thomas, you guys were in very good hands with Thomas and Hector and with David. So thank you for having us. And we look forward to providing additional services, expanding the services, and to come back to have some engagement, future engagements with your program as well. So thank you for having us.
Hey, Ms. Prestige, I want to say this before we leave. We are going to, I'm going to promise a email blast to the students with a page with all of those links to all of those available resources that we discussed today.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
That is wonderful. Thank you all so much. Of course, this wealth of knowledge that you all have brought to our students as well as myself. We want to thank you all so much. And Eagles, just know that all of us are just a click away. If you have questions, to email us. We are all here for you. I want to see you do well and have a great afternoon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.